Best electric skateboards to cruise, commute, or carve trails, according to Forbes.com. They have picked 6 different electric skateboards. Let's go through each of them. So the first one they have on the list is best electric skateboard overall, stable enough for beginners, fun enough for experts. And they chose the X-Way Flex Pro. Interesting. Let's see their reasons. We rank this do-it-all skateboard as the best overall buy because of its sheer versatility. It is stable enough for beginners, yet completely customizable through the X-Skate app. The deck flexes nicely, does it? And is easy to turn thanks to the foot pockets that subtly cradle your foot. Ultimately, this is a great choice for most riders looking for a punchy, powerful board that won't disappoint for commutes or recreational riding. For the most part, I'm okay with their reasoning. The deck flexes nicely. I don't know about that. It's a pretty stiff deck. Let's see their pros and cons. Impressive speed and range for the price. It is powerful, but I don't know. Prices have been pretty competitive nowadays. I think in this category of boards, the longboard category, I would say the Flex Pro is, it's one of the best, and I think it's certainly one of the best looking. Stable enough for beginners without compromising performance. Mobile app gives total customization. So X-Way is still one of the only e-skate brands that lets you customize through the app. Although a lot of competitors nowadays, they let you customize performance through the remote. But if you prefer doing it through an app, well, I guess X-Way is one of the only ones that let you do that. Cons, not built for off-road riding. That is true. Next is the best budget electric skateboard, an affordable board that packs a punch. And they chose the Backfire G2. $400. That is pretty cheap. This little guy is powerful on flat ground. It cruises at a decent top speed and could boost off to the front of the pack if it was a race thanks to its rapid acceleration. I don't know about that. It doesn't have the rest of the bells and whistles found on more expensive models though. There's no regenerative braking. Yes, there is. So the range is relatively low. And the wide deck is a bit clunky to maneuver. Okay, quite a few things I don't agree with here. This little guy is powerful on flat ground. Relative to what? Could boost off to the front of the pack if it was a race? I don't know, man. Depends who you're racing with, I guess. They say there's no regenerative braking. Every single electric skateboard has regenerative braking. Even if they don't advertise it, they have it. So the range is relatively low. Regenerative braking really doesn't add that much power back to your board. Pros, fun and speedy. Relative to what? Great price for the performance. Maybe? I don't know. I kind of feel like the performance matches the price. Cons, low max load. Not enough power to climb steep hills. Next, best mini electric skateboard, compact yet powerful. They chose the Walgo Mini 2. Many of you probably know which board I would have picked for this category for mini boards. Well, let's see what they say. Electric skateboards can be heavy and annoying to lug around, especially if you're used to a traditional board. That's true. And at around 15 pounds, this compact board from Walgo is one of the lightest we've seen. And it has a concave deck where your feet can nestle in and feel grounded with every turn. The board comes with built-in shock absorbers, really? And 90mm polyurethane wheels, but you can substitute 105mm cloud wheels if you want a cushier ride on rough surfaces. The Walgo Mini can tackle grades up to 30%, but if you test it out and don't love it, it comes with a 180-day warranty. What the Okay, first of all, the warranty, 180-day warranty, doesn't mean you can return it within 180 days. That's the warranty. That's not the return period. Something about shock absorbers. I think they're probably talking about the foam grip tape, which really does not do much. It's like maybe 2 or 3 millimeters. It might help a little bit, but you might as well wear thicker socks or thicker shoes. This thing they say about 20% hill climbing capabilities, and the Mini 2 can tackle up to 30%. I don't know. I usually just ignore that number because there's no standard for measuring that. So suppose they say 30% and another brand says 20%. They might just measure it differently. Pros, great price for the base model with ability to add high performance components. What high performance components? Are they talking about cloud wheels? Built for traditional skaters. Debatable. Cons, shock absorption is lackluster. Oh, then why mention it? They mentioned shock absorber, like the board comes with built-in shock absorbers. Like they mention it in the paragraph here, and then cons, shock absorption is lackluster. It's like, I'm not against this choice because the Mini 2 is one of the better looking mini boards. There's a lot of ugly ones, but the Mini 2, it's pretty decent looking. Moving on, best off-road electric skateboard. Beefy tires and 4-wheel drive offer unrivaled performance. They chose the X-Way Atlas Pro 4-wheel drive, and according to this photo, they chose the gear drive version. If they had said all-terrain electric skateboard, I might agree with their choice, but since they say off-road electric skateboard, I'm not so sure. I know a lot of people consider all-terrain and off-road to be the same category, but for an off-road board, I would be thinking more like like Trampa or Propel or Baja. These 2-in-1 boards, these Evolve style boards, they're not really for off-roading. They're more for street use. They're off-road capable. It's kind of like how an SUV is off-road capable, but an SUV is not really made for off-roading. It's really more for street use. As one of the most capable skateboards around, the X-Way Atlas Pro does not disappoint, but it comes at the cost of price and weight. As we mentioned above, X-Way's X-Skate app has a lot of functionality, including the ability to log rides. I don't know, that feature doesn't really work, including the ability to log rides, customize the drive mode, and even put it into cruise control. But you'll also find aluminum precision hubs, which have a quick release feature so you can change a tire quickly, and a 7,056 watt motor. No. Capable of charging up 60% grade hills. Mudguards cover the tires for rainy day riding. If you want to push the limits of an electric skateboard, this should be your trusted steed. Okay, let's break this down. So the X-Skate app, the ability to log rides. Have they fixed that feature? Because whenever I tried it, it didn't work. I kind of just assumed that would be a feature that they're gonna eventually fix. Those of you who use the X-Skate app, have you ever been able to log a ride using the app? Even put it into cruise control. I think most boards have cruise control. Also, you don't need the app for cruise control. The precision hubs with quick release, yes, that's a really cool feature. That's one of my favorite features about the Atlas Pro. If you need to change a tire, it's much easier with X-Way's precision hubs than with most other all-terrain wheels. Okay, this part, 7,056 watt motor. No, that's not correct. I can understand how they made that mistake. How do I explain this? The power rating for electric skateboards is gonna be confusing for most customers because most brands, they tell you the rating for the motors, but they don't tell you the power sent to the wheels. The number from X-Way is not the power rating for the motors. X-Way doesn't give you that number. The way X-Way does it is they give you the number calculated from the battery's power rating and the ESC power rating, not the motor. So the way that X-Way does it is actually better. Unfortunately, the rest of the industry doesn't do it that way. The rest of the industry give you a number that literally doesn't matter because the motor's rating is like, it's kind of like if you were to buy a bag of chips and the label tells you the volume of the bag, but it doesn't tell you how much chips is inside the bag. It's kind of misleading. Also, different brands, they give you different numbers for the motor, even when they're using the same motor. But the number that they give you here, 7,056 watts, I mean, that's not the motor rating at all. Let's look at their pros and cons. One of the most powerful electric skateboards on the market at this price point. There are only a small handful of four-wheel drive boards, so yeah, that's probably right. Clip-on mud guards for messy roads. Does that come included? I thought that's an extra purchase. Up to 107 miles of range when you add on the aux pack. I mean, that's a lot. So that must be with the urethane wheels. So with the aux pack, you get 1,700 watt hours. It's a lot. Without the aux pack, you only have, I think, 701 watt hours. Cons, expensive. It's expensive, but like, what are you comparing to? Are you comparing to something like an Evolve Hadian? Like a Hadian is more expensive and lower spec. Best long-range electric skateboard. Go further and faster with the Hurricane. I never thought of the Hurricane as one of the more long-range boards. The Meepo Hurricane is built to cover serious distances with an impressive 44-mile range. The deck is made of a strong carbon fiber, and the battery pack is well placed so it doesn't get knocked while you're riding. Okay. The Hurricane is built for going fast and far, as evidenced by the stiff deck and stable trucks. And depending on your riding style and road conditions, you can choose between 4 speeds and 4 braking intensities and change them with a wireless remote control. All right, let's break this down. So regarding let's just go to Meepo's website, ridemeepo.com. Meepo has kind of gone crazy with their naming. There are apparently 3 different versions of the Hurricane. There's the Meepo Vader, Meepo Ninja, and the Meepo Hurricane Ultra X. So the Meepo Vader Hurricane Carbon is 725 watt hours. A lot of boards nowadays have more than that. For this category, that's not a lot. I mean, that's not little either. That's kind of mid-range. And the battery pack is well placed, so it doesn't get knocked while you're riding. What the I mean, they are somewhat unique in that the battery pack is placed inside this aluminum shell. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Let's move on. While it's not the most agile board on the list, for this category, for long-range boards, it's pretty agile. I mean, it's using double kingpin trucks, right? If you want to make it super agile, you can make it super agile. So what are they talking about here? The Hurricane is built for going fast and far, as evidenced by the stiff deck and stable trucks. I don't consider those trucks stable. Sure, you can make them stable, but if you're comparing different types of trucks, double kingpin trucks are not considered stable. I mean, by default, double kingpin by design is really more for maneuverability. Anyway, let's move on. Pros: superior range and highest max load on the list. 365-day warranty. Is that true? 12-month warranty. Oh, really? The industry standard is 6 months. So 365-day, yeah, that's pretty nice. Made of carbon fiber for shock absorption over... What the fuck? What are they talking about? Made of carbon fiber for shock absorption. What? What? No. No, 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 no. No. No, I'm just going to move on. I'm not even going to... Cons. Not the best for carving. It's using double kingpin trucks. Best electric skateboard for carving, mid-size and cruisy, Evolve Stoke board. Out of all the boards on this list, this is the only one I haven't tried. I've tried similar boards, but not this one in particular. If you're looking for a board that closely rivals the aesthetics of a traditional longboard, this does not look like a longboard. No, looks like a cruiser board. The Stoke board is made of 4-ply. It's made of 4-ply bamboo. That's it? 4-ply? I don't know if that's right. 4-ply bamboo and has... You know what? Let's check. Oh, it's expensive. Okay, it's 4-ply bamboo and 2-ply fiberglass. 4-ply bamboo and has brightly colored 85mm orangutan kawama wheels for that classic California style. Evolve's premium electric skateboards offer that endless carving sensation snowboarders, surfers, and all board riders seek, said Jarvis. Who's Jarvis? The removable battery is travel-friendly, and the board has smooth regenerative brakes, which recharge your batteries when you need to come to a stop. While this board is best for riders who want an electric option, it's customizable enough for beginners too. First of all, Evolve's premium electric skateboards. They're premium only in price. They're expensive, but their qualities are, kind of questionable. The board has smooth regenerative brakes. Again, every electric skateboard has regenerative brakes. Well, this board is best for riders who want an electric option. It's customizable enough for beginners too. Well, this sentence is just weird. Pros: kicktail shape and classic design. Removable battery for easy travel. Cons: relatively heavy. Well, yeah. So that's it for the list. Now there's a paragraph about why trust Forbes Vetted. I'm glad that they have this paragraph. Let's see what they say. At Forbes Vetted, we love all forms of electric transportation, from e-bikes to scooters to skateboards. And we've tested many of these models of transportation firsthand. Have they really? And because we love these products as much as you do and understand that they're an investment, we aim to provide you with well-researched, unbiased reviews and valuable shopping insights so you can find the electric skateboard that fits your needs. I don't know about these being well-researched. I don't have a big problem with the boards that they chose, but they've made so many mistakes in this article. How we chose the best electric skateboards. To narrow down our list of the best electric skateboards, we chatted with experts. They provided guidance on what to look for when considering specs like range, power output, and top speed. We then poured over customer reviews and technical specs, filtering out any products that didn't fit our criteria. I don't particularly agree or disagree with the boards that they chose because everybody's needs are different. Everyone's preferences are different. For some people, yes, this may be exactly the boards that they would choose. For someone else, probably not. There you have it. The best electric skateboards according to Forbes.